Hello all, I am back with another video or a live chat. I would like to begin my video with thanking everybody who bought my book. I've gotten tons of sales lately, so thank you. Well, tons, well, dozens I should say. So I thank everyone who's downloaded it, who's bought it, everybody. Thank you. Thank everyone for the support. I would like to also apologize also for the swearing I did in my last video. I would try to keep that at a minimum to like 0 at the most. So I do apologize. I'm a lot smarter than that. I do apologize to my parents and to all those who were offended by my language. Okay, hi. I would like to start by answering some of the questions I've gotten over the week since I've actually published it and people have been buying it. I've gotten a few people send me messages. So I'm not going to say their names. They wanted to be anonymous, obviously. One is, why did I choose to write the book now? I actually didn't write the book now. I wrote the book back in 2013, like it says in the book. And it was written, like I said, for a specific audience. It was written for my mentoring group, for kids that were in foster care at the time who were going through, the things that I had gone through at the time. So that is why I wrote the book. I did omit a lot of things from my book, like I did not have my father, the person I do call my dad, Franklin, in the book. So there's a lot of things that are going to be in the next book that will elaborate on a lot of the questions a lot of people had. Like, I did not mention that I do have, like I said, 8 brothers and 3 sisters. Most of them were not even mentioned in the first one, because again, it was written for a specific audience, and it was also an overview of the things that I had gone through. So and then the next one, am I bringing unnecessary attention towards this hard issue? I don't think it's unnecessary. It's an issue that it has been going on for a long time, and it's something that needs to be discussed in our society, and it is being discussed, and it needs to be discussed in the black community as well, not just in the media. So this is something that I am trying to bring awareness to. If that makes you uncomfortable, I apologize for your being uncomfortable, but I am not going to change my platform, nor am I going to stop speaking out. So I apologize again for your being uncomfortable. But maybe you need to examine why you are uncomfortable, not what I'm doing. Hi. Hello. The next one, again, about the unnecessary, and then it's not unnecessary attention. It's something that literally is happening to lots of people, men and women, and it needs to be discussed. And then someone said, what was this? I know, I'm all over the place. I'm getting messages as well. Is it hard to love a broken person? Well, it depends on your level of patience with that person, honestly. And it depends on what they're broken about. You can't just say, "We are discussing my book. Hi." And I'm answering questions that I've gotten over the week. So this is what we're discussing. Any questions? If you read the book, thank you. If you haven't, you have plenty of time to do it. It's a pretty short book. So, and like just the themes of it, and some of the questions I've gotten over the week from people. So again, is it hard to love a broken person? It depends on what that person is broken about. Like, I mean, are you talking about like being a survivor of molestation or rape? Then that is, the people internalize that different ways. I can't tell you how to love that person because I'm not that person. I don't know how you can do it, but be patient first, and if they need to speak about it, don't brush them off, because sometimes it might come out of the most random times, and you may need to be the ear that they need to speak to. So don't brush them off, because that is one of the worst feelings in the world. I've had that happen in the past where, okay, I'm ready to speak, and then I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to speak out, So it's one of the things, be patient with them. They might not even want to speak about it, and they might not ever. A lot of people won't ever speak about it, and they will just internalize that hurt and lash out in different ways. So we just need to figure out a way of healing on our own. And you don't have to throw it. What do you mean throw myself out like that? Explaining my life and what's going on is not seeking attention. If I get it, it happens. I mean, I've always gotten it, even when I didn't want it. That was one of the horrible things about being me. It was like you're always targeted, unfortunately. You got the attention even if you didn't want it. Most definitely didn't even want it most of the time, but it happens. So that is my answer to how to love a broken person. It's everyone is different, and how they're broken is different. So, and I don't know. Okay, and then rushing for love and affection. I don't know about rushing for love and affection. It just depends on what that person needs. I mean, everyone needs love, no matter what they say. Everyone needs to have some kind of companionship, some kind of person to speak to. And if you don't have it, unfortunately, you will be lonely, and you will lash out at people because you don't have that. And that's what we need to do. We need to spread a lot more love in this nation. Thank you. Thank you. So, that is what I was getting. That was a few of the questions that I got. Yeah, a few people said that, but it's just something that you have to deal with. People will say that because in their own minds, they don't want this discussion to be told. So they think if anyone who's speaking about it automatically will feel that they're trying to get attention, because that is unfortunately one of the things that people say. Oh, they're just trying to get their own attention, or they're just trying to, badmouth someone, when it is really not the case. It really isn't. So you just telling what happened. Like I said in a post and last time, somebody will do something to you that they will never do to another person. So everyone has their shadow side. Not everyone treats these people the exact same way. Unfortunately, it's true. So, and not everyone wants to tell their story. And to those who do, I congratulate you. And those who aren't ready, whenever you are ready, the world will be here. We will be listening. I'll listen to you. I'm sorry that happened to you. No one has to sit there and be lonely. No one has to be shamed about what happened. And it's not trying to get attention. It's trying to let you know what's going on. And if you feel that's negative, but then unfortunately that is your problem. That's not our problem. What's the point of me being upset about that? Those are the things you chose to think. Hate for no reason. That's what's going on in the world. We're hating people for no reason. We're projecting our feelings on other people for no reason. It happens every day in our society. We automatically want someone else's downfall because that makes us feel better. But unfortunately, it doesn't make our lives better. Why is making someone else unhappy making you happy? That is a sickness. Examine yourself. Hate for no reason. Yeah, that was a question too. Like, why do people hate for no reason? That's the reason. They honestly are disappointed in their own lives, and because they're disappointed in their own lives, they feel that someone else who's in a similar, maybe economic or neighborhood situation should also be disappointed. And if they're not, something is wrong with them, and I'm going to put them in their place. People think that they have a right to put someone else in a place that they put them. Like, you don't want that power, someone having that power over you, so why would you exert that over somebody else? Honestly, why would you sit there and think, oh, I'm going to ruin this person because I don't like them? I'm going to make up lies about this person because I have insecurities in myself. Why? You wouldn't want that done about you to you. So why would you do that to someone else? Why would you concoct these things in your brain and come out to the world with that? That is one thing I will never understand about people. And I don't care to understand it. I just need it to stop. That is the honest to God's truth. I don't care to understand why you hurt, why you mad, why you feel like your life is bad. I don't care to understand it because that's for you to understand. What I care to do is have you stop behaving in a way that is trying to jeopardize my happiness or someone else's happiness. That is what we need to do. Just because you upset doesn't mean you need to make other people upset. What is your problem? In fact, if you're upset, then try to make yourself happy. What the really? If you're upset about something, fix it. And then spread love, because you don't want other people feeling that way too. Like, why would you spread what you felt? If you've been hurt, why would you spread hurt? If you've been ridiculed, taunted, made fun of, the butt of every single joke, why would you make someone else that? If you know what that feels like. It's just ridiculous. This bullying things. They had a school shooting earlier today. Why is this still going on? Why is this okay with children? Why do we think it's okay to attack people? Why is this something that we do in America? We will figure this out. Behavior modification is exactly what we need. Thank you. That's exactly what we need. But we won't modify our behavior until we start taking accountability for our own actions. If we don't sit there and say, yes, I did this stuff and I apologize for doing those things, we are never going to heal. Just because God has forgiven you. Okay, so people do that. People do kick people out of their families because they don't want to deal with the issue in hand, and that is a sad thing. And you being a good friend, I'm glad that you're helping her out, and I'm sorry that your friend is dealing with that. People in the society would rather attack the person who was attacked than stop the behavior. Why is it okay? And no one ever questions the behavior the person is doing. They automatically question, why were you there? What did you do? You out there anyways. No, I'm not. No one has a right to attack anybody. That's point blank, period. If you can't control your sexual urges, something is wrong with you, not that other person. And to the family that doesn't believe them, and to the family that wants to ridicule them and chastise them, something is wrong with y'all. Be mad at me for saying it, but something is seriously wrong with y'all. I doubt a person would lie about that. And yes, there are liars, and for you liars, fuck y'all. I do apologize for cussing, but that irks me because this is a serious situation, and to have someone lie about it, to come up with a story about it, that is something that needs to end too. But for those of you who have dealt with it, who are still dealing with it, who have lived through it, I love you all. If she feels that if that's her best choice, then yes, go to it. I have no problem with people going into the armed forces. We need more women to protect our nation, just like we need more men. We need our strong men and women out there to protect us. That's for damn sure. So yes. And I believe that she'll be strong for our nation. We are strong people. We've dealt with a lot. Trust, we can deal with more. So, more power to her. More power to her. Hopefully that will be the change that she needs in her life that will, grant her freedom. Maybe she needs that rigidness to be free. And if that's the case, I commend her. Yes. What she needs is discipline. What they're going to give her is discipline. They're not going to give her weapons first. That's for damn sure. So, she may think that now, but once she gets there, she will understand that it's not just about shooting things. When you're in the armed forces, you're there to protect and to serve our nation. So, like I said, once she get in there, she will get the discipline, she will get the training that she needs with the weapons. Yes, she'll get lethal, that's for sure, but yeah, if she wants to go into the armed forces to make herself feel better, to make herself feel safer, to make herself feel protected. Our armed forces should be protecting her, yeah. That's for damn sure too. So yeah, I commend her. More power to her. They're not going to own her. That's not the case. When you go into the armed forces, you choose to go there. And they don't own you. That is a choice, and that is something that you are there for. So I wouldn't say they're going to own her. In fact, I mean, like I said, I commend her for wanting to do that. But if the only reason is just she's doing it, then okay. I mean, they may not even take her, but if they do take her, do it. She will learn the discipline before she even gets her hands on anything. That's for damn sure. Hi, Kim. We're discussing my book and social issues. I'm answering your questions that I've gotten over the week. So, that was, she was saying that one of her friends is going into the armed forces, who was kicked out because her family did not believe that she had been attacked. So, that was my opinion about that situation. It's this, people need more self-respect. Yes, people need to respect themselves. Because if they don't respect themselves, they're not going to respect anybody else. So yes, people do need more self-respect. Yes, they need to love themselves as well. But people need to understand how to love themselves. They think, I mean, a lot of people just think it's, oh, saying I'm a nice person. No, you need to figure out what exactly about you is causing you to be the way that you are. I mean, a lot of people are attacking other people. A lot of people are being nasty to other people, and then they expect other people to be nice to them. Like, it don't work like that. Like, everyone wants to be treated better than they actually are. Like, what is the point? If you don't have the self-respect to actually act accordingly, how do you expect anyone to treat you the way you want them to? That makes no sense to me. Sorry, my phone's about to put it on a charger. But it's one of those things, like, you'll figure it out. You will find yourself in the ways that you love. I mean, everyone has their own unique way. As long as you find yourself beautiful, and if you love everything about you, you should be good. And it's going to be hard. It took me a long time to love me, because I didn't love me. I didn't even like me at all. Like, I was okay with me, but I didn't love me. And that's a hard feeling when you really don't love yourself, when you feel like when you don't feel like you're worthy of love, or you don't feel like you're even worthy of life. That is a hard feeling. And I know it. I mean, I actually once prayed for death to come. Don't be around it. And you can leave that negativity. You don't have to be around all that negativity. You don't have to invite it. You can actually, I know people going to try to be like, you think you better than everybody. Let them think that you think you better than everybody. So what? And if you do, what does that have to do with them? Does that diminish their light, apparently, if you think that you better? No, it doesn't. Because people are always so worried about everybody else. That's what the problem is. They don't love themselves, so they worried about if you love yourself too much. Because if you love yourself too much, I clearly don't love, something's wrong with you. No, love yourself first and then love somebody else. Don't worry about how much they love themselves, or you think you better than everybody. So what? I'm sorry that you were in that, and I apologize for the people that are still in those toxic relationships. If you're in a toxic relationship, please get out. Please get out. Please. Or fix it. Good. I'm glad you are. That's what I'm saying. Regaining. I mean, sometimes you might have to start from the bottom and go back on top. It happens. A lot of women have started on their own, and it is something that happens all the time. Do not sit there and judge that woman for what she's doing right now. You don't even know what she's going to be at in the future. I mean, we are built for tough, darling. What? I mean, we're strong. We're not gonna work. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just. In my opinion, the reason why a lot of women are so negative is that they don't understand how amazing they truly are on themselves, and because they don't understand their own amazingness, they want to diminish somebody else's. And it's easier to diminish somebody else's than to be themselves and to love themselves. It's easier to attack somebody else for something that they think that they lack than to examine why they think that they lack that. I choose to see the beauty in everybody, even those who don't like me. So what? I like me. And if I like me, I'm cool with you not liking me. Honestly. I gotta live with me. I don't have to live with you. That's the beauty of life. I truly don't gotta be in you. You don't gotta be in me. So why do you care if I love myself? Why do you care if I think I'm the shit? Does that diminish you thinking you the shit? Why? Ask yourself, what is it about somebody else that you hate, and why do you hate it? Because that will figure out what's wrong with you. And if you're like, I don't hate nobody, well then good, then you should be happy. Then why are you so sour? If you don't hate nobody, if you're not worried about them, why are you so angry right now? Why are you so sour? Why is your life so miserable? Why is your face so turned up? This is what I had to deal with in foster care. I had so many girls come up with stories and lies. It's because it made them feel better about themselves to come up with something about me. Why? What was the point of that? Did that literally change your life about that story that you came up with about me? Did it make you a better person inside? I mean, I know it gave you glee. That was them for sure, because you cackled in my face. But what about that made you so happy, and why did that short-lived happiness have to come at my expense? Because you wouldn't want that at your expense. So why would you do that again? Why is my question. Assholes gonna be assholes. So, assholes gonna be assholes. I don't know. There are things, I mean, and people just need to learn how to behave in society. People need to learn how to be nice. People need to learn how to stop projecting their own fears and their own angers, their own sadness upon others. Once they learn that, they will need to learn how to stop doing it to themselves too. Because what they do is eat themselves up so bad about what they've done after they learn that they've done it, then it makes it even worse. We need to learn how to forgive, and that's another thing that we need to do. And everyone learns how to forgive on their own. First, they need to forgive themselves for thinking all the shit that they've done, and then they need to forgive others for the things that they've done. I mean, honestly, forgiveness goes a long way, and it goes inward first. I had to forgive myself for being so bitter for a long time. And in my bitterness, I got really, really heavy. I'm still working on the skinniness, but like literally my bitterness, it manifests itself in fat. My anger and my sadness, that's how it manifests itself in me. And I had to learn that. So once I have learned that, I had to figure out how to break that. By losing the weight, by eating better, by working on myself, I've learned how to get that bitterness, that anger off of me, out of me. That was my self-reflection. Other people do it different ways. That's how I had to learn. It wasn't stress, it was sadness. It was anger. It was bitterness. That literally was what it is. I was a bitter old lady and I didn't even realize it. And I thought I was so fierce and fabulous too. I mean, I am fierce and fabulous, but I had something in me that was so sad. And I was like, dang, really? Is you really going to be like that? All right, well, fine. But that's not healthy. Being bitter, being angry, living through that and projecting that on other people is not how you're supposed to live. So once I learned that other people are doing that. And when I see other people doing that, I was like, dang, that's crazy. We used to talk shit about a whole bunch of people. For why? Now I pray for them. I literally sit there and I just pray for the people who I used to talk shit about. Because I want them to find the love. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want them to find the love and the contentment that I have found. And maybe once they find that, they will stop being as miserable and angry and sad as they are. Once they have found joy in their life and live it joyously. Because people think you have to have special occasions to find joy. Oh, no. Joy is every day, darling. Joy is found within. There are joyous occasions, yeah. There are joyous things that happen in your life, yes. There are joyous holidays, yes. But joy is something that you can give to yourself daily. Just by loving you. Just by being you. Not somebody else, not what everybody else wants you to be. Not what you think you should be either. Like, be who you think you would be if you thought you were truly worthy. Be that person. Be that. Embody him or her. And eventually, it'll come true. That's what I had to learn. I had to learn that if I wanted change, I had to be my own change. I had to live my own change. I had to change my thoughts, change my life, change my actions. Because your actions are what you actually deal with. Not what you think, unfortunately. I mean, your mind is very powerful, but what your body does is even more. Yeah, it's an issue that all of us need to, yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, because we sit there and we don't work on ourselves, but we expect everyone to treat us better than we treat ourselves, and we don't treat ourselves right. We don't even like ourselves half the time. We don't even love ourselves half the time. We basically just exist on a plane until we die. We don't try to improve our lives. We don't try to do anything to ourselves to make ourselves happier. What we do is just get up every day. We go to work if we have a job. And if we don't, then we sit there and wallow. Sometimes, I mean, if you're retired, hey, have fun. But, like, we need action. And we need to be active in our society. We need to be active in our life. We need to show up in our lives. Because people aren't showing up in our lives. They're literally just existing. And I existed for a long time. I'm existing now, but I'm trying to actually live my life. And when you actively try to live your life, it becomes better. You become better. You think better. You become who you need to be in God's eye. You just start saying things you wouldn't even thought you was going to say. Like, who says that? I don't say that. I do, apparently now. Because I'm trying to live the life I wanted to. I'm trying to be the person I've wanted to be. And by doing that, I need to not care about how other people think about me. I need to not sit there and control how other people think either. I can't do that. All I can do is live my life and live me. And live, I am, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I just need to live my life and live as well as I can and do what I can to help others. And if my story can help others, then yes. And if it cannot, hopefully something else can, I mean, that is what I'm here for. I'm here to assist. It might not be the way you want. I mean, I might certainly not say the words as eloquent as you need me to say it. But I'm going to say them how I'm going to. And I'm going to live my life the way I'm going to. And I pray that you live the way your life you're going to as well. I mean, there's no point in not. What is this dog doing? Sorry. There's no point in not living it. There's no point in giving up on it either. If you have a goal in life and it's a positive goal, do it. Who cares what anyone else says? Are they the one doing it? No. They so worried about what you doing. That's the problem. Everyone's so worried about what everybody else is doing instead of living their own lives. Being accountable for their own actions. Their own deeds. Everyone thinks, well, you know, I'm not that way no more. Well, that's fine. I'm glad you're not that way no more, but you still did the stuff, so why don't you say what you did when you did the stuff? And own up to the stuff that you did. And then you can move on from that. Like, I'm proud of that senator guy from stepping down because he knew he did wrong and he owned up to it. Now he can move on for it. I mean, it's not like the girl was 14. So, but it is a problem. Men shouldn't be doing that. Women shouldn't be doing that. If you, if it's not a mutual attraction, I'm sorry. It's a harassment, though. And then, not everything is harassment. That is true. I mean, a lot of people need to learn the difference between being hit on and being harassed. There is a difference. There's a major difference, and people need to learn it. Please, learn it, people. But yeah, I mean, people just need to learn how, one, to love themselves, and two, how to express their love in a way that will help others. You know, as long as you love yourself, you can help others, and you can love other people too. You know? And everything can be forgiven. Everything can be corrected. That's for damn sure. A correction can be happened. We can be corrected. We can own up to our actions, and we can stop doing the bull. And once we stop doing it, things will work out well. Again, I thank everyone for buying my book. I thank everyone for reading my book that did buy my book. And I would hope that everyone would, you know, like and share this video and my book, and hopefully it will help others. And if it does not help others, it will at least get attention to this problem that is existing in our nation, because this is unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. It is. I mean, and it needs to end on all levels of society. We need to get back to actually caring about people. We need to get back to, I don't even know if we ever did, but I mean, I'll come coming up with a fantasy land where we actually cared about people. But in this fantasy land, we do. And in this fantasy land, we need to get to it, okay? And we actually have compassion. And I mean, I know we have compassion now around the holidays, but, you know, in March, I want the same compassion, please. Sorry about that. But yeah, in March, I want the same compassion. I want the same love we feel now. That's what this nation needs. We need a healing from the inside. We need people to get along. We need people to understand that their lives matter. Everyone's voices matter. Even those who don't agree with me. Even those who hate my guts. Well, you still matter. And I still love you. Because God made you perfect and complete. That's what God did. Hello. And that's what we need. We need a healing. We need a correction. We need personal accountability. We need people. I'm glad. I know you give it all every second of every year. I'm just saying, it's like if people forget that there are people out there who are in need. Compassion is needed. Love is needed. And personal accountability. You can't be doing, people need to stop doing things to people and thinking they can get away with it. People need to stop attacking others and thinking they can get away with it. And people need to stop getting away with it. People need to control themselves. Apparently people don't know how to control themselves. That's the problem. Not too bad. But that is my opinion. People need to have personal accountability for their actions. And once we start doing that, we can actually heal as a nation. Until then, we'll continue to blame everybody else for our personal failings. We'll sit there and say, if this didn't happen, I wouldn't be in this situation. Well, it did happen, and you are in that situation. So, what are you going to do about the situation that you are in? That is a question. Answer it. Now, seriously, people want to be upset about the situation instead of actually changing it. And I know there are some things that, aren't easy to change, but it can be changed. Like I said, miracles can happen in an instant, like a lightning strike, or as long as it takes to form a mountain. But it will happen if it's necessary. Things can change when you want them to. That's for damn sure. You just gotta want it to change. But that's my opinion. You don't have to share it. But please share the video. But seriously, that is my message. That is my goal. People will stop doing the things that they don't need to be doing in the first dang place and start holding themselves accountable for the things that they have done. And correct the behavior from then on. What is the problem? Correct the behavior. And if everybody did this, our society would heal itself. Again, from the inside out, it would be healed. Our problems wouldn't go away overnight, but at least they would be on the way of being corrected. They can be corrected. All of this can be corrected. All of it. We just have to want it. And we have to actively do it. We have to actively get out there, and we have to actively engage in our own lives. Once we do that, once we engage, once we actually start living our truths, and once we actually stop pretending and stop being negative, stop being, the worst person in the party. What's the problem? Why must you bring everyone down? Why are you so sad? Why does this bring you delight to harm someone else? Examine that. Once we have examined that in ourselves, we will stop doing it. And once we have all stopped doing it, again, like I said, our nation can heal from the inside out. That's what we need. That's all I got for tonight. Thank you all again for reading my book, for sharing my book, and for writing all those reviews, all 3. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.